Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be listening to Ado singing Shin, jidaida, and we're going to be diving deep into the nuances and every single little small things that she does during her live performance. I'm going to try to do something unheard of. I'm actually going to try to do whatever she's doing and try to learn from her. We try to learn every bits by bits and see if we can do it too. This is my first time ever doing these type of videos, and also my first ever English video. So if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing and liking. I'm gonna do more, and if my English is cringe, please tell me in the comments below. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start from the first. We're going to be going line by line, and as you can see, I have the Romaji here. I'm a Hong Konger, so I cannot read Japanese, so I'm reading Romaji, just like you guys. I highly recommend you guys to just copy the whole lyrics into your document, and then you can change it whenever you don't get certain things and whenever you need to take notes. So we're going to do just that here. So let's start from the first line. So that's really cool already, because she starts off with a head voice that sounds somewhat operatic, just a little bit. So a little bit of a lower larynx. So in order to do that sound, so I'm going to use my mic here. Shin, shin, instead of going Shin, jidaida, a really bright sound, you need to like do a little bit of an operatic voice to make your larynx lower and go Shin, jidaida, a little bit like that, right? So we start off with that, but then she changes quite soon. Let's listen. So at jidaida, she goes back to like a belt, so a chest voice, a really bright chest voice, probably a bit higher larynx. So let's mark it this way. I'm gonna go with green. That means it's in a head voice. It also needs to be a little bit operatic, but I'm not gonna mark that much. And then we go back to a chest voice, and this part has somewhat of a belt, so I'm gonna make it red. Kono is just a normal chest voice. She also does a really cool thing in the middle here. She goes to a little bit of a head voice here that's really small. You can hear it's like a crack. So she's doing a crack on purpose or not, but it sounds great. So let's listen to it one more time. I can't really do it as natural as her, but I'm gonna try. So that is my first try. Let's move on to the next line. Wow, that is really hard, right? First of all, she doesn't sing sekai, she sings sky. So even though she does a belt, there's a lot of head voice mixed into that. First of all, you can hear there's like a little bit of head voice snuck in there. I think what she's doing is that she's pushing really hard so that it comes out as a head voice. It then it then quickly goes back to a chest voice. That is really cool. And then she goes to like a really quick slide up. I'm gonna add like a little slash. I don't know if this is a slash or a stroke. I don't know. So there's one more right here. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. Tenbu. A sigh. A little bit of a breath here. I'm just gonna add like a gray thing here to indicate breath. So let me try to do this. First of all, I need to sing the sky, sky. So notice that I'm singing pretty high. What note is that? So that's a D. I'm singing it with my chest voice. Some would call it a belt or something. I don't really like those terms. So here I'm just belting the D. Sky! But then I try to push a little bit further and push it so that the first note is broke. Please be careful when you try things like this. Make sure you know what you're doing and you can already sing the note with certain ease. So you're not saying it with a lot of tenseness. It's just sky, right? And then you add a lot of compression at the start. Sky, 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 like that. And then after sky, she goes up to the head voice real quick. It's like a siren. So if you can do a siren, it's just that. Sky, so that's a lot of stuff. Now that you've heard my singing, if you like it, please consider subscribing and liking this video. I really want to do more, and because I'm a vocal coach, I want to try to push this, to an international scale and see if I can start coaching people online and getting students from around the world. I really wish I can do that. So if you like my singing and you want to know how to sing that high, it might feel like because I'm this Asian boy, so I can sing that high. It's not true. I used to be able to sing G, really normal notes, right? But then slowly, with a lot of practice, obviously, I can slowly go up to like a D or even another a G, an octave higher. Everyone can train so that they can do those high notes, but you need a correct method. If you think that it's a good idea for me to start teaching internationally, please tell me about it. I don't have anything just yet, but I'm gonna let you know whenever I have that. Also, I'm going to do more singers, especially J-pop singers. I'm gonna do obviously TK. I'm gonna do Lisa, and more. Eve, something like that. Please consider subscribing if you like what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna continue. So let's try this part. So let's listen to the next line. So that was another head voice. So let's change this to green. Also, she's doing like a really loud breathe in, which is not recommended. I think for any vocal coach, we wouldn't recommend it unless you're doing it on purpose, okay? So what she's doing is normally that would really tense you up, but if you know what you're doing, you're fine. Normally a breathe in, I would do like a V, so let's do that. But this one part, there's so many sounds coming from her. It's kind of crazy, but I think that's what she's doing. She's acting like something like a multi-personality thingy. I don't know. So that's the cool thing about her. And that's why we're diving into her singing right now. So let's see if I can do that. The thing with singing in a really breathy tone is that you don't want to sing with less strength. So you don't want to go with really soft. It's not about softness. It's about adding that breathy quality to your singing. You still sing the same way, you add the breath. The breath is what you do when you speak in a library. I always say this to my students, and most of the time they get it. So it's like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? When you're speaking in library, so you go like, instead of normal head voice, you go add a little bit of a breathiness in there. And remember not to exhale. So you're not doing. Sometimes you want that, but not now. That's so complicated. So first of all, she's doing somewhat of a belt, and she's also doing the little green thingy. So she's also adding the head voice push here, and then at the bar we go to head voice, and somewhat operatic quality. She's not doing not that. She's doing a low larynx. So think opera, right? So your larynx is lower and you sound more full. Okay, so that's another slide up here. I want to change it to smile, so it's easier for me to understand when I'm reading it really quickly. Shaky. I need to practice. I think not bad for a first try. I want to change this to just a short. She's starting with a really regular tone, so a relatively high larynx and high tongue, I think, for her. But let's just say it's regular, and then we go to a somewhat breathy here. I think what is cool about her singing here, even though she's singing in a regular voice, she sings in a really percussive way. So every single consonant, she sings it really quickly. So instead of going janamono, where your mouth would move constantly, janamono. Actually, most Japanese singers do this. They do the consonant extremely quickly. So janamono, every single consonant is really quick and also really percussive. And also she does really staccato. When you want to practice that, sing slowly, but sing every consonant quickly. I know it sounds weird, but let me do it once. So janamono. When you practice that, consonant is supposed to be really quick, and then the vowel is supposed to be long, and you're supposed to sustain the same shape. So you're not supposed to move around all the time. So janamono, yanamono, janamono, yanamono. I think that's how they speak already sometimes. That's why they love singing this way. We got it? Okay, somewhat breathy here. Let's try this part. Janamono, yanamono, nande kashite kono yotta metaphor to the show the music. Kimi ga okosu magic. Moving on to the second verse. So somewhat of a breathy voice still here. So breathe and then go oh. Okay. Every time she does the H, I think she push it to make it a head voice. So let's add those. Not sure if I can do it. And then ends it with a slide up. That is the wrong lyrics. It's really staccato. Let's try it. That was a bit too unnatural, but you know, it's my first try. What do you want from me? Also a bit of low larynx. One more time, just this part with more a lower larynx, so a bit of that. Try my best. Gonna practice it later. Let's move on, okay? I want to move on. What did she sing? You just said, "Do you wanna play?" I think that's all she did. The other game, so no moo here. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit so that I can understand it. 你咪大意那聲例子. So really cute voice, like a cutesy voice here. I don't know why, I don't understand the lyrics, so it's cute. So let's do like a pink, maybe. 你大意那聲例子. So it's a really high tongue, right? Instead of you go. It's like when you're pretending to be a girl, or when you're sometimes they say act like SpongeBob. I don't know. I don't know SpongeBob. I've never watched SpongeBob. So something like that. I won't be free. So that's how they say free, right? They say free. So a little bit of a head voice here. Be free, be free. So that's a slow version of it. I won't be free. So when you do it quickly, I won't be free. Just a little small siren in the middle. So same thing here. You need to push it so that it becomes a head voice. She didn't sing the moo. She also just did a sekai, sekai. I think modern Japanese singers, they love to do that. They don't go sekai, just go sekai. A quick slide up by the end. Can I do that? Can I do that? Let's try it. Okay, so play head voice. This one, head voice. So it's a really quick change. You obviously don't need to do that, but she's doing that to make it add the complexity in her singing, which is really cool. She also did like a na wata. Same thing here. So head voice. Wow. I think you're just doing a head voice here, which is a tiny bit operatic. But let's not go into that much detail. Let's go. Do you wanna play real game? ギリギリ綱渡りみたいな旋律認めない戻れない忘れたい夢の中にさせて I won't be free 見えるよ新時代が世界の向こうへさあ行くよねは Good? That was better than I expected. That was not easy. And the rhythm was quite all over the place. I need to practice in order to do it better. Do you guys want me to do an actual cover of the song? I may, if you guys want me to. Or if you don't, comment to let me know. Tell me to shut up. Okay, let's go. Wow. So she's doing a really high tongue, so she's somewhat cute, but not really. Because she's so intense. So when I say high tongue, what I mean is when you say A, your tongue comes up, right? A. And that's high tongue. But you need to use that to every other vowel and consonants so that you change it in order to make it sound more high tongue. So when you say A, your tongue is high, and then when you go Shin, you also add that Shin, jidaida. Whatever you do, you still add that. Obviously, I have to open my mouth more in order to sing the high notes. I'm gonna get into that, right? So when you want to belt, you want to open up your mouth more. You know if your mouth is not big enough because you do something like Shin, jidaida. It's really hard to do, and you feel like there's some pressure here that can't be resolved, which makes it really tense. So you want to open your mouth, but you add the to that. You need to be really careful with this, okay? You don't overexert anything when you practice these. What note is that? That's another D. Normally, male, you need to practice starting at something like a G. So when you say Shin, jidaida, even when you're saying die, and your tongue normally goes down when you say sing it like you're saying eh, 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 eh. So that seems weird, but actually your brain is able to change it in a way that it will still sound like an A, but you're doing eh. Don't try to intentionally move your tongue up like that. You wouldn't be able to do it. Just think eh, eh, eh. Shin, jidaida. There's so many things to talk about in belting. I don't want to get into too much of that. Maybe I'm going to do a video about it, but there's a lot of videos about belting. But if you want me to do one, if you think that my explanation is somewhat clearer, tell me about it, okay? So another sky. Wow. What is that? I don't know how she did that. So I think it's a breathy slide up. So another one of these. So I would say another breathy slide up. These are gold, right? These are the stuffs that can make you stand out a lot. Every note you need to think about how you end it. How to end it in a way that sounds great and in character, right? Japanese singers, they do that all the time. They do a slide up all the time. They love it. I think Western singers rarely do it. I think it's a really feminine thing, and that's why Western singers don't used to do that, I feel like, especially for male singers. But male singers in Japan do that all the time. That's really weird. So I want to add a full stop here to signal I need to pause that, like a staccato. It's so complicated. Okay, I think that's good enough for a first try. Let's go to the next part. So just I don't think she sang the ha. It's so crazy. Another head voice here. Did she even sing the me? I don't know. Little slide up. So all of these are also really high tongue belts, and she does this crazy sound. Ta 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 ta. So she's really working her resonance, so high resonances. So another one here. Wow. Let me try to do that. So whenever I find problems singing the high note, I try to sing it with much less tenseness. Actually, I try to sing it with least strength, but still obviously still in a belt, so not in a head voice. Some would call this a mixed voice. So, so I would practice that first, make sure that I can do it, and then I go into it, right? That's so fast. One last line. So head voice, I think. Let's listen to this part. So, wow, that's not easy. So she starts with the head voice and then she slowly goes back to chest voice. You practice that by singing the siren, so you come back from the siren. So, just like that. Everyone can change from, transform from the head voice up there and come back down to the chest voice easily. Everyone can do that. You just need to relax. It's like drop. You're just letting something drop instead of trying to go down. So when you're doing a siren, do it really relaxed instead of going. That way, the crack will start to happen. So drop it down to her chest. I think she drops it quite early, but I can't because I'm male. So. So I think everything after that is very much the same. I don't have a lot of stuff to add, except for the last Shin, jidaida, right? Let's listen to that. Shin, jidaida. Duh! It's an exhale, so you breathe out. So, but then you just, if you want to add, I don't think she intentionally added the little sound, but if you just breathe out like that at the end, I think that's how you do it. So let's try it. It's fun. It's not like a technique. I don't think it is, but it's really cool. Let's do it. Shin, jidaida. That was too unnatural. But I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to learn too. I need to practice that. Not sure if I can use it, but you might be able to use it. So these are all the cool stuff that you can add. The resonance, you can go high larynx, low larynx, change around, change all the time. You don't have to do it like her. You can change it, different part of the song. But you can also just do it like her. Just change it in mid-sentence all the time. That's really cool. So if you like what I did, remember to like and subscribe. Hit the bell or something like that, and tell me what you want me to do next. I'm definitely going to do TK and other singers, maybe English singers also, maybe. So tell me about it. Tell me what you want. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if anything is bad, anything. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time then. Bye.